Hello, everyone, and welcome to 9 on the Positive Side. Thanks so much for joining us today. The Appalachian Trail spans across 14 different states, and hiking it is the feat of a lifetime. 9 on your side's Gabby Sartori spoke with a Beaufort County middle school teacher who finished the trail and its obstacles.
Hiking the Appalachian Trail takes months of dedication, planning, and willpower. Spanning 2,200 miles, P.S. Jones Middle School teacher Dawn Landon completed the trail and comes back with invaluable life lessons and memories that will last a lifetime. Over the course of 7 years, Landon completed the trail one segment at a time, completing her final hike in April 2022. She didn't even start the trail with the intention of finishing it.
Some days you don't want to get out and do it. The weather's bad, it's cold, there's hills you've got to go up.
From the southern part of Georgia to the northern tip of Maine and all the land in between, Dawn had one person who never left her side. It was her dad.
Well, it was just fun to get in with her and plan. It allowed me to hike some and see a lot of the sights she did, but it was a family experience, and anytime we can get the family together, it's always fun.
The Appalachian Trail is extremely unpredictable. The Landons found this out quickly, especially on a life-threatening encounter.
But he must have hung around all night. Of course, it got dark. We tried to sleep. Got up the next morning, and my friend Amy went down the path to go to the outhouse and came running back with a bear behind her.
Dawn is a jack of all trades. While hiking across states and teaching middle schoolers for a living, she also dedicates her time to coaching the high school girls cross-country teams.
Yeah, telling the kids on the team, hey, we need to do some mountain training, we need to do some hiking. And actually this past summer, before the season started, 4 girls from the team and their parents and I went up to the area around Boone and hiked Grandfather Mountain and did some trail runs. So I think they kind of enjoyed that. They're already talking about doing it again next year, so planning out some more hikes.
Landon's experience has been a testament to how she views life, and she imparts her wisdom to her students and her cross-country team. She says some days are cold and rainy, while others are full of beauty and wonder. In Beaufort County, Gabby Sartori, 9 on your side.
Nominations are now open for our Remarkable Women campaign. There are a few ways to nominate a woman doing remarkable things in your communities. You can scan this QR code, you can't miss it, it is right there on your screen, or go to WNCT.com homepage and click the Remarkable Women banner under Top Stories. You can turn in nominations now through November 30th. Our local winner will be announced in March. And speaking of remarkable women, living without limits, one family says that's been the key to seeing their daughter shine. Her artwork is one way she's showing her many abilities. Natalie Wilson has her story.
The little details.
This is trees, ocean, flowers, and grass.
Come together beautifully.
Orange, yellow, black, white.
Each telling a story.
This one is courage. And it is compassion.
Showcasing Trayana Suggs' talent.
I paint the paintings because it's different colors, something bright, and shining stars on my paintings that I like to do.
Her parents proudly looking on as she describes her artwork on the wall.
Each and every individual has a gift of greatness inside of them, and that we shouldn't place these limitations on someone because of the way they look, because of what someone may call a disability.
Tracy and Keisha raised her to believe that her goals are never out of reach.
When Trayana was born, and so many others that are in our family situation, you are presented with great limitations. They bring the limitations to you and they say what they're not going to be able to do, whether it be from a reading or educational standpoint or a physical standpoint.
We never told her or treated her like she had special needs.
Right.
So she didn't even know she had Down syndrome until probably was in high school.
Yeah.
Yes. Because of that we treated her like anyone else, she was able to reach her true potential.
Yes.
Painting is one way Trayana expresses her personality and creativity.
This is happiness.
Her art really blossomed while working with the art director at Nevins Inc., a support place for adults with disabilities in Charlotte. That's where she started doing live paintings.
she would actually do other paintings as well to have that auctioned off, and that just exploded with people getting interest in her art.
It gave me a sense of pride, you know, because she's able to showcase that, you know, she can do what anybody else wants to do.
Triana lives with confidence
Keep going. I have faith in my life. Yes, I do.
and is grateful she learned that from her father and mother.
There are very amazing parents in my life, and I'm blessed, and I have good memories about them who raised me.
We always say God said, hey, we are all able. So that message is to never shield your child or that loved one away from exploring life.
And that was Natalie Wilson reporting. A North Carolina teen born with autism is getting the trip of a lifetime, a chance to meet one of the NBA's biggest stars. 15-year-old Skylar Dean learned he will fly out to San Francisco to meet NBA star and North Carolina native Steph Curry. This was all made possible through the nonprofit Dream on 3. The organization helps children with disabilities make their sports dreams come true. It is also thanks to a sponsorship from the Lockton Company out of Charlotte. Skylar says he's bringing his aunt along for this adventure.
It's like the best dream that has came to me. It was the best dream I ever have. Look up to Steph Curry as a leader and a Christian man, because he helps kids with low income, and he take care of, he helps kids with low income, and he's a praying man.
There's no date set yet for this adventure, but Skylar will be going to a Golden State Warriors game during this season. If you have an idea for a story, you can send it on over to us. We want to hear about all the good things happening where you live. Just email newsdesk@WNCT.com. It is right there on your screen. You can also reach out to me on Facebook or on X. Next, a lesson in pottery making and how one North Carolina man took his love for a favorite holiday and put them both together. Thanksgiving is almost here, and before we know it, it'll be Christmas. Many crafters are busy getting ready, including a potter from our state. Chad Tucker shows us how he shares the Christmas story in clay.
You see what I'm saying about the angle of putting the...
It's the most recognized image of the Christmas story.
A little bulky there.
And potter Thad Cox has crafted it out of clay.
The key to really make this look sweet and special is with Mary's head tilted just right.
Faith and art have always been a part of Thad's life.
I usually start with Mary's arm first, and then baby Jesus sitting in it, and put this little guy that changed the whole world right in here.
He first learned to draw as a child in church.
Right, let's see, let's get him.
He first fell in love with pottery when he was just a teenager.
Kind of trimming her arm down, it looked a little fat to me.
And for many years, as a high school teacher, he's passed that love on to his students.
It worked out, and I got into education, and I ended up doing what I said when I was 14 years old. I was teaching art and then doing art on the side.
Over the years, he's created some funny faces.
You know, I want to do something that makes people laugh.
But this time of year, on the suggestion of his wife,
she said, "Can you do some of these for me to give for Christmas presents?"
They're detailed in clay.
Out of figures of Mary, Joseph, and baby Jesus.
It's the faces of hope.
Right about here.
With a light to light the way.
How that little guy changed the whole world. It's amazing. You know, that's probably about it.
In Stokes County.
Maybe something here where it's pulling.
Looking for Roy's folks.
You learn a little bit, but then you say, hey, I want to make this a little different. So
Chad Tucker.
I do something a little different.
Fox 8 News.
It's humbling. This guy changed the world. That was mean. That was terrible.
And speaking of the holiday season, each year a different national forest provides a tree to the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol for the holiday season. This year, a national forest in West Virginia was selected to provide the tree, and the Elkins Sewing Center was asked to make the 15-foot tree skirt that will bring a touch of West Virginia to the U.S. Capitol.
Worked so well together. So I would be like, okay, I can't put the next thing on until you put that gold trim on, and somebody would be like, I'll do it. So we had a lot of help. Everyone was very involved, very invested, and we found that local people are very invested because it was made here, and it was all done here by local people. So people are just very proud to be a part of this.
Before sending the tree to the U.S. Capitol, it will take a tour of West Virginia first. Teaching the younger generations ahead on 9 on the positive side, the mentors helping a 12-year-old learn new skills in bluegrass. Bluegrass music is a gift that's been handed down for generations. In Statesville, a 12-year-old boy wonder has taken on the mantle with a reverence for those who came before him. As John Lee reports, several friends cultivated his talents.
Some go to the Troutman Branch Library to read about North Carolina traditions. But Tay Childress isn't here to check out a book.
Good to see you too.
This is a family reunion.
Hey, hey.
Howdy.
He hugs them.
You all right, bro?
Yes, sir.
Because they embraced him.
This is the library jam.
Yeah, it's just fun to get away and have a break sometimes and just play music.
Folks like David Salibi and Stan Childers have carried the torch for decades.
It's the music. It's the roots that we grew up with.
Tay's grown up with it too. He's 12.
Kind of like in my own little world when I'm playing.
So I've been playing for 60 years and he can play circles around me.
Banjo. You don't really see that many kids that know what bluegrass is, so I think people are very surprised.
They remember when Tay was just 3 at these jam sessions.
With a little cowboy hat, a toy guitar, and couldn't play, but he'd sit there and just smile. And then all of a sudden, I'll Fly Away would come out.
It didn't happen overnight. After school, he plays for hours in his room.
If I have like a bad day at school, it kind of helps me get out of that space.
His guitar play has racked up ribbons at fiddlers' conventions from Lenore to Mount Airy. Mom Kayla says he makes it look easy.
I really genuinely think that he was just born with it.
We came to you, big city, from our little country town.
Natural talent will only get you so far.
Before you freeze her heart, please let her go.
It's musical mentor Tony Hoover who put Tay on his way to a career in bluegrass. Mary Jane is his wife of nearly 50 years.
Tay is mature for his years, and he came to him and asked him to teach him.
He always said that he was not Tay's guitar teacher, he was Tay's guitar cheerleader.
Last year, Tony died of pancreatic cancer. But before he passed, he gave Tay his prized Martin guitar.
It meant a lot. I mean, I tried not to cry. I don't think I did cry, but everybody else was crying, around me.
He trusted Tay to carry on the music through his guitar, and knowing how many lives Tony impacted with his guitar and his music and his love for bluegrass, it was an honor.
At the library jam, the young man with an old soul carries on Tony's legacy.
It's living on, yes.
I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away.
Tay also performed I'll Fly Away at Tony Hoover's funeral, using that priceless gift.
This guitar is very special to me.
I feel like he's taken Tony with him.
I have his ashes in my guitar case, so I take them with me, so he kind of like travels with me.
If people could look down from heaven, I know he would be smiling.
The time is took on my bed, and here I stand with the old home.
They banded together to nurture Tay's talent.
A lot of the bluegrass players are kind of aging out, and it's nice to see the younger generation come along.
and in the tradition of bluegrass, they play it forward.
It keeps it going. I mean, people pass it down to us.
In Troutman, John Lee, Queen City News.
If you're looking for more good news, you can go to WNCT.com. There you'll find these stories and more under the 9 on the Positive Side tab. You can find it all under Features. We also have all of our 9 on the Positive Side shows there for you to watch as well. A Raleigh community hero receives a wonderful surprise, how she's being recognized for her work and making a positive difference in lives. A Raleigh community hero has a new HVAC system, and it's all thanks to the help of one company. Brea Hollingsworth has her story.
You're a winner!
Bernice Cooley just can't hold back her excitement after being gifted with a new HVAC system, all thanks to ARS Rescue Rooter.
I'll tell you, I'm so happy. I just might, ain't no telling what might happen. This is happy as I can be.
Cooley is the recipient of the ARS Cares Community Heroes Program, a nationwide effort to recognize community members making a positive difference in the lives of those around them. At 89 years old, Cooley has spent her life nurturing and mentoring youth in her church and community. It's why her daughter Ella nominated her.
I'm in and out to provide support for her to help try to keep her in her home. And the last system, thank God, had lasted 30 years, but it was limping along. And so you never knew it would go out sometimes, and it would seem like it was always on either the coldest or the hottest day of the season.
Cooley and her daughter say they're thankful to receive such a wonderful surprise, and it gives her daughter a peace of mind too.
I feel like there will be a level of comfort knowing that she's in a home that has a new system that prayerfully will be reliable, and that if it isn't, I can call on ARS.
And she got that HVAC system just in time for the holiday season. In Raleigh, Brea Hollingsworth, CBS 17 News.
And coming up in late December, WNCT will celebrate 70 years on the air right here in Eastern North Carolina, and we want to hear from you. You can share your videos and your WNCT memories, pictures, and more with us. Just email WNCT70@WNCT.com. We'll share some of those memories throughout the month of December and on our 70th anniversary special, and that is going to be set for December 22nd. You can see that email right there on your screen for your memories. Thanks so much for joining us for 9 on the Positive Side this weekend. We want to give you a preview of some of the floats that'll be at the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you next time.